I don't know. I have this affinity for her. I'm just going to admit it. I actually used to like Donna Brazile because, I like older women. But but no, I liked Donna Brazile before this election. Like this election, Donna Brazile has shown herself to be like, wow, like how can you even, Donna Brazile has lost all credibility. She lost it a long time ago. And not only has she lost her credibility, but she's also lost her job. She is no longer with CNN. She has been fired from CNN for sharing a question with Hillary Clinton. And I'm going to pull that question. More than one. And this is actually, I want to share on the screen here the question that she shared. One of the questions that she shared. And you can see on the screen, it's the email. And it's just straight out the subject line. Like she didn't even try to disguise the email. The subject line is, one of the questions directed to HRC tomorrow is from a woman with a rash. Her family has lead poison, and she will ask, what, if anything, will Hillary do as president to help the people of Flint? Now, I have a couple things to say about this. Why does anyone need a prompt on this type of question, right? This is something that you should be able to be asked on the fly and have no prep whatsoever for it. So why did Donna even feel like it was necessary to put herself in jeopardy to help Hillary Clinton with an easy question? Because if you really were concerned about Flint, the answer is pretty straightforward, what needs to be done. So I don't understand why. No, let me take that back. I understand why. It just doesn't make sense. The reason why she did this is because she wants to keep and stay and be in good graces with Hillary Clinton. She wants to throw a bone out there and be the person who came through in the clutch for Hillary Clinton. And I'm not saying that as if it's something rare. People do that. But how far are you willing to go? And now this has come back to bite her in the ass. She is no longer a part of CNN, which she should have. Like, here's the other thing. If you know that there are probably 50 editions of the Podesta email leaks, and you know one of your emails is in there helping Hillary Clinton, then you should have proactively resigned to save some face instead of looking this dead in the eye as if, oh, I didn't do nothing. And here's the last thing, and I'll let you guys have at it. This really ticked me off. She shared this tweet, and before I even say it, Paul something. There's a guy named Paul Jones or something. He's like an alt-right jackass, right? He's the proverbial piece of shit. But he was so right about this tweet. He said that when Donna Brazile shared this tweet in the context of her scandal today, she invalidated everything that had any meaning in this tweet. This saying has no meaning whatsoever. And this is what she tweeted today. She said, when they go when they go low, we go high, quoting Michelle Obama. Like, that has absolutely zero meaning anymore. She's praying to God on Twitter and stuff. I'm like, you bringing God in this? You messing up God's name even worse than Republicans have been messing up his name. I mean, you're really screwing the pooch on this. What is your take? Because like, she's just lost all. She had credibility, lost it all in the primaries, and now it's like she just needs to go somewhere and hide. What do you think? Anoa, you first.
This election, everyone's saying like this is unfair. This is happening in this election. They're doing it to take down the woman. I mean, thank God for technology and the way we've been able to disseminate information, because a lot of this stuff probably, everyone's like, oh, this is politics. This is the way it's done. It's disgusting. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely disgusting. And I am someone who did have a serious affinity for Donna Brazile before this. And it's really disheartening when your favorites are kind of destroyed in front of your very eyes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even after everything that's been going on in this process, like, I'm still like, no, Donna, no, why? But we've seen a history. I mean, she's on her own.
Yeah.
Like, these people are liabilities. The Clintons protect the Clintons, and that is it. And unless you know where the bodies are hidden, Puma, you're not going to be protected.
Right.
So, I mean, but the fact that she was somebody, I think it was Terrell Starr said, well, Donna's doing what she's always done, making sure Democrats win. This was during the primary, right? So Democrats, we've already seen this just ample evidence of how heavy-handed the Democratic establishment was. Everything Bernie Sanders said they would do to not just only defraud him of the chance, but to really defraud the American people of an honest race. I mean,
Yeah.
is there any? I guess honesty and American politics, don't go well together. But this is just so disheartening that she would feed questions to the Hillary campaign. And like you said, Ben, the fact that Hillary's campaign, and as we've seen from the emails, every moment of Hillary's public life, professional political life, is so heavily scripted.
Yeah.
There does not seem to be a genuine moment or opinion. And that concerns me. Donald Trump is an asshole. Excuse my language, everyone. But I mean, at least he speaks for himself. Yeah. Not that I want him to be president, because I think he's a freaking disaster. But I'm so angry that we're in the position where Nate Silver's like, uh-oh, it's a 1 in 4 chance he might win. The fact that we're talking about Donald Trump possibly becoming president, it's not. It's absolutely Donna's fault and Hillary's fault and everyone else's fault, and they deserve what happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon, what's your take?
Well, I mean, I'm an agent of the Kremlin, and I'm also less into older women than you two are. So I'm going to be less kind to both Hillary Clinton and Donna Brazile. I'm more into women my own age, although I messed things up with the girl I'm dating, so that's not going to that's neither here nor there. So
let them have it.
I think that you guys are giving Clinton too much not leeway, but too much
Clinton, or
you're overestimating her. And here's the thing: we know from emails within her own campaign that they do not have as much faith in her as we are ascribing to them. If it may have been Neera Tanden who put the email that said she has suboptimal decision-making capabilities. She has suboptimal instincts. The Hillary Clinton people who work in her campaign and work for DNC and work in the media have been shuttling her through this process very, very heavily handedly. So when we talk about them doing this whole feeding her the questions, doing all of these very easy questions to answer, if you have any kind of empathy or critical thinking, it's because maybe she just lacks those things. Maybe she just does not have the capability to deal with a question of this caliber, which is a very low caliber, let's be honest, on the fly. And it would have flustered her, and she would have made a mistake, and it would have made her look incredibly bad next to Bernie Sanders, who could answer the question on the fly.
I don't know. I am going to err on the side of, I think Hillary. So I actually, during the primaries, I was on your side of the equation, Brandon, because I kept saying these are the people around her who are making that's doing this, that's making this happen. But then I thought about that thing, and I slowed down for a second, and I'm like, maybe I'm selling her short and underestimating her capacity. I think the thing that's worst about her in terms of her capacity is that she probably does have a health issue that we all have just agreed that it's pneumonia, and we've moved on. I think there are some, because the way I saw her, fall out at the thing, that was a legit kind of thing. But I think intellectually, I think she's the mastermind behind most. I think she was the mastermind behind Bill Clinton becoming president. I think she was the juice behind all of it. So I won't play her short, only because it seems that it fits her persona more for her to be the mastermind. What do you think, Anoa?
I think I absolutely agree. I mean, look at them Dr. Evil suits she be wearing. Like, seriously, though. I'm serious. But seriously,
Death Row Records.
But no, seriously. With her skill and her acumen, she's a very intelligent woman. With her skill and her acumen, I really do think that she rode Bill infidelity and all the way to the bank. I mean, one point that was made when I was talking with someone earlier was the fact that we're talking about, this is the first woman to ever be president. This is the first spouse of a president that's going to be president. Yeah. Like, she rode that political power and capital that they built together. There's a piece that's going back to when he was running for president. That's like, if you think that it's just him running for president, that it's not the both of them running for office, you're sorely mistaken. Yeah. This has always been the plan. And even this notion, because she started off the primary listing the Republicans as her enemies, and now you have all these Republicans who are among her biggest champions. This has been a carefully coordinated, effort. Maybe this wasn't always the exact plan, but there's plots within plots within plots. And she is definitely at the helm, but she's a lawyer. Let's not get it twisted. She is a lawyer. She's a very seasoned attorney. Yeah. So she understands about the plausible deniability. I'll never forget when I first learned that phrase. but she knows plausible deniability. Why do you think she has so many lawyers working for her in positions that maybe aren't necessarily legal positions? Cheryl, all the rest of them, they work for her because, you know, attorney-client privilege, or she could just claim plausible deniability on something.
I think she
it's
knows.
Very carefully orchestrated.
I think she knows how to play sufficiently dumb. I think any good leader, at a certain point, you got to know how to play dumb on a couple of things, right? Some things you have to be dumb, play dumb to ignore. I think she knows how to play dumb to cover her butt in the long run, to protect her and Bill in the long run. Like, she'll play dumb with her inside team to make her inside team take the fall to cover her ass. So Neera Tanden think that she doesn't make good decisions. She knows exactly what the hell she's doing. She may not make good decisions, but she's making the decisions that she wants to make, and she's playing dumb with people around her who think otherwise.
Well, she's not playing dumb. That's her hubris too.
Yeah, that's
that old woman hubris. Like, you know, I mean, she's not dumb. She's almost 70.
Yeah.
Right. So she's lived and grown up in a very different world with someone like a Neera who's like, what, 20, 30 years her junior.
Yeah.
So I think you have as much as, I think with them, you know, a lot of us who are younger, we look at old people like, oh my God, you're so slow. Oh my God, this. They live in a very antiquated world that they live in.
But they know what the hell they
adapt. Yep. But I mean, I don't think it's the issue that she does. It's her hubris. And
let me jump in there and get Brandon real quick.
Sorry, Brandon.
30 seconds, Brandon, and then I want to hear from David, and then we have a live caller. Go ahead, Brandon.
I wanted to, like, you know, adjust my statement. I don't think she's stupid. I think that she, like Anoa said, is very, very proud. She's obviously very smart. She's a lawyer. She went through, she got through law school for whatever that means. but she is a bad politician. And part of her being a bad politician comes from that hubris, and that she's never really been held actually accountable for anything. Yeah. So she's been unable to actually modulate her positions in an organic way. Every time she comes with this new position out, it seems so jarring. She never explains how she's shown no growth, is what I mean. She's shown no growth as a candidate, and that's what makes people very, very uncomfortable with her, because she has all these new positions and she's yet to explain how she got from point A to point C. There is no point B other than someone told me to be in favor of this.
Here's the thing here's the thing that disappoints me about Hillary the most. Notwithstanding her wanting to start World War III and the nuclear holocaust. That's not the thing that bothers me. Sorry, guys. The thing that bothers me is that she just won't be true to herself. Like, if she would just be the cold-hearted that she is, then people can actually identify with her more. She's trying to be something that she's not. She's not a good politician because she's not a personable person. Bill Clinton is a master politician because no matter how quote unquote insignificant you are, when you stand in the presence of Bill Clinton, he makes you feel like you're the most important person in the world. Hillary Clinton can't stand in the presence of the most important person in the world and make them feel good about themselves because she's just that wretched of a human being. But you know what? Sometimes you have really horrible people who are very capable of doing something. I don't know if I'm going to agree with what she's going to do, but she's efficient. Like, just be yourself instead of trying to have a Southern accent in the South, instead of trying to be black at a black church, instead of trying to be the Spanish. She's trying to do all these things because she has no soul. That's fine. Just be a soulless, heartless, efficient leader, because sometimes a soulless, heartless, efficient leader is better than a charismatic Donald Trump. So that's my thing. Is like, she sold herself short because she didn't want people to realize that she's a soulless. I wish I could say what she's soulless. Maybe I'll let Anoa say it later on. Let me grab this caller because I can't say it because of politics, identity politics. Caller, you're live on the air before I get fired off my own show. What's your name, comment, and or question?